Hello, welcome. Well, apologies first because I said I would be back just before Christmas to do an update and it didn't happen. And so we are on the next set of school holidays because I work in a school, and so I thought, right, Monday, let's do an update. It's been too long. So in this video I'll be sharing what I've been knitting since we last spoke. So I have notes. I've done a lot of notes because I can't remember anything. I've just been working on one project at a time, so I haven't got lots of things, but I have got finishes and what I'm actually knitting on right now. So the first one is, I'm sure I didn't mention these, I don't think I started last time, is some DK weight socks. And these are just vanilla socks and they're just used leftovers. So I had Drops Nord, so I held it double for DK weight. I think actually it's more leaning into an Aran weight holding the Nord double. So I just used, I don't think I'll put the names down, no, I haven't got colours. Oh, I've got mixed beige and sage. So sage is at the top and then there's a mixed beige down here. And it's got the green on the toe, so I just use leftovers for these. I use the numbers from the Crazy Sock Lady for how many stitches to cast on, and then also for the heel turn just to get me started. So yeah, apart from that I just did it like an ordinary sock, my vanilla 4-ply socks. So I did a 2x2 rib. And yeah, these are well worn because it's a second pair of DK socks. I just use them for house socks or for welly socks, and they're just so comfortable and nice to wear that they have been worn a lot. Take off the fluff and things. So yeah, really enjoyed doing those. Definitely want to do some more DK socks. And yeah, it is good use of leftovers. So these weigh 110 grams. And so yeah, obviously you use more of the green than I did of the natural colour. And the Drops Nord is £2.70, 50 grams, but I got it on offer at £1.90. So you're looking at just over £4 for a pair with that. But then if you have to, I'll give up with that because I've not done the maths beforehand. My intention was in videos moving forward that I think it's nice to actually say how much things cost, so, and like the finished item from start to finish. So I'm going to try and do that in with the descriptions. So I think that's it. Oh, I knit them on a 3mm needle and on the 9-inch circular, so just my small circulars that I usually knit socks on, but just a 3mm. I think on the needle recommended is a 325 or maybe a 350. As I say, if you haven't knit the DK socks before, just follow Crazy Sock Lady's pattern. But I didn't have that in a 9-inch, so I just used what I had, which was 3mm. And when I first put them on, they are tighter, but I can put them on easy enough. And I did this the last time, so I knew it would work out. But then they loosen off really quickly, and so I'm glad I would. So I wouldn't buy the correct needle because I think they would then be too big for my feet. But yeah, I can even put these on if it's like my feet are feeling really cold, then I can put some fingering weight socks on and then these over the top. So yeah, really, like if I'm going out in wellies and there's no warmth in wellies at all, then if I've already got some normal socks on, I can put these over the top of that to have like real thick socks then. I'm going to have to put them on the floor because I haven't got a table. So they were knit last year, the end of last year, and then I don't know, because I think I used the leftovers from this, so I might have knit this first and then the socks, but it doesn't matter. So this is just a flax from Tincan knits, but I've just done some 2 different colours. I bought the yarn for a different project, but then I wasn't feeling it, so I changed it up and I thought, what should I do? So I thought, I'm just going to do another flax, so sock weight flax, because yeah, I've knit so many of them and I really enjoy wearing them, so that's what I did. So this is in the Drops Nord once again, and so it's Drops Nord is 45% alpaca, 30% polyamide and 25% wool, so it has got a bit of a little halo to it. It can be washed in the washing machine, which is another reason I like it. This is light beige mix and just called the red, and it's like a tomato red, so it looks a little bit brighter on screen than it actually is, but I don't know, actually I think it looks duller on screen. Come on, Tina, what is it? Let me see. That looks brighter on screen. Holding back, yeah, it's a bright red. I've lost my hot water bottle. So needles, I used a 3mm needle. Now in the pattern it is 375. It's a much more open, which I've used before, and that's really nice, like as a summer weight. But because I wanted this to wear with a long sleeve t-shirt in more the winter and just any time of year, I have started doing them as a 3mm needle, and that's worked for me. And so, because I always say I've got a little scrawny neck, so I don't like the neck to be too big, so I start off on the smallest size cast on for the neck, but then I just do the increases until the length is right, and that always means that the body's right. It comes out quite loose. I shall put a photo or video or something at the side so you can see this on, but it is a nice, I haven't measured it to see how much ease, but there's a nice amount of ease in it, so I'm really pleased how it went. For the arms, I just start decreasing about every inch. I do decreases, and usually by the time I've got to the elbow, then it's the right amount, so it's just a comfortable sleeve, tapered sleeve. And yeah, then just did the 1x1 rib cuff, and I knit this a bit shorter than normal. It wasn't intended, and I didn't know whether I'd want to go back and lengthen it, but as it turned out, I've been wearing it and it's been fine. So yeah, I think it's nice to have different lengths in my wardrobe, so I've been wearing it as is and felt very comfortable in it, so I've left it as it is. I haven't lengthened it at all. I just made up the colour work as I went, so I did a large block of it because I wanted that nearer to my face, because I think it brightens my face more than having the beige. My face, I think it's not really my colour, so went for the red, and then thought I'd do 3 stripes just to bring it into the next colour. And yeah, I liked it. It's a bit of a sporty look, I think, and it's nice easy wear to throw on with jeans, so I've been wearing this a lot. I've got a lot of wear out of it. So the finished garment, I would say it's like a UK 14 that I've made, and that has taken 364 grams. So the pattern was free because it's the flax, and all the flax patterns are free. And so this cost £15.20 to make. So yeah, nice, affordable, fun sweater. So that is the flax. The next one that's dropped on the floor was another one to use up scraps and things. So this is the Maxine hot water bottle cover by Penrose. And so I was knitting this between Christmas and New Year. I thought it would be a nice project. So I've used, you can probably recognise some of my scraps. This has been really well used, I must say. After work, come home, cold, I get a bit of pain in the top of my back. So As soon as I put the kettle on, make a cup of tea, fill my hot water bowl. So it's seen a lot of life, this one has. I must say that you don't get such intense heat. So if my back's really aching, then I put a lighter cover on so I can really feel that heat from my back. But generally it just stays warm for quite a long time, and it's a nice one to, yeah, to have. Makes me think 1940s slip over, like short, no sleeve. Those colours. But it was fun to knit. It's a DK pattern, so I held the yarns double. I didn't do, I can't think what the cast on's called, but you do a cast on so you're then in the round straight away. I didn't, I just did a normal cast on and sewn this up afterwards. I know a lot of people have struggled with it and I couldn't be bothered, to be honest. I thought I'd just go for the easy way. And yeah, I'm quite happy to sew up. That's my sewing up. It's fine. It's a hot water bottle. And so, yeah, do the colour works, nice clear charts. You can either do, I think I did 6, was it 5 colours or 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colours I use, but I think you can use 3. You can do what you want because it's colour work, isn't it, using scraps. Yeah, it's just decreases here. I know a few people have said that the neck part has been short, and so you've seen hot water bottle top at the top. So because I was pre-warned about that, then I just measured what the measurement up to there and then doubled it and then added on another centimetre or so, so that I knew that when I fold it back, it just sits that little bit proud. And so you can't see the actual rubber part in it. I'm using my notes. So yeah, it's a really fun project to do. Kept me busy between Christmas and New Year. And yeah, used up a few scraps. So, put it back there, I'll probably lose it again, won't I? So the pattern was £4.50. I used up scraps, so the cost of the project was £4.50. And I've got a nice new water bottle cover. The next project is the one I am wearing. So once again, this is the Flax Sock weight. This yarn is the Yarnsmiths, which is the Wool Warehouse own brand, and it's the merino sock. So I thought, I wonder how this works up as a sweater rather than in socks. I've used it for socks before and I really liked it. So I thought, right, let's have a go with a sweater. So the yarn is 45% wool, 25% nylon, and it comes in 50 colours. And I thought I'll go for a blueberry, so I wanted to go for a blue sort of colour. So I chose blueberry because it looked like it was leaning into purple. When it turns up, it's purple, not even leaning into blue. But I really like the colour, and I actually think it's not a colour that I usually wear, but I thought it actually suited my complexion, so I think I will wear some more purple. I think it does look like a pinky purple as well. So it's got a really nice tone to it. I'm really pleased with it. I knit it on 3mm needles once again. This time I did a folded over collar, and I like that. It does look neater and I think it sits nicely. So I think moving forward, next time, there will be next time, I knit a flax sock, I will do a folded up collar. So I just did it twice, what I wanted it to be, and then fold it over, and I knit it as I went, just knit it down as I carried on. I didn't sew it afterwards, and yeah, that worked out fine. So once again, I did the smallest adult size cast on, just did the increases, and then same method for decreasing for the sleeves, cuff 1 by 1 rib. This one is, I think this one's a little bit longer than the last one. and yeah, this really comfortable everyday sweater. So it weighs 319 grams, and so it cost me £22 to make with the yarn, which is a good price for a merino sweater. So I don't know how well this is going to wear, because my thinking was one of the reasons I like to use a sock yarn that's got like the nylon in it is because obviously sock yarn is made to be harder wearing because it's going to be in shoes and things, but this feels very delicate. Perhaps it's because I'm used to the Drops Nord. It's got a bit more, like I say, I think it's more of, it's leaning to a sport weight. Is it a sport weight that's in between a DK and a fingering? But it's got that little bit more than a normal sort of merino. So this does feel different, and I think I would treat it a little bit different. I'll still put it in the machine, obviously. This is me. But I think when I'm wearing it, I might be more conscious of it being, it definitely, when I was blocking it, this is the first time I've worn it because I haven't finished it that long ago. But when I was blocking it, when it was wet, it felt very delicate, and I was very careful about how I was actually like smoothing it out, because I think it might be, as I say, it might be, it hasn't occurred, so I don't think it does. Don't take it that, oh, that yarn stretches, because this is how it's making me feel rather than the results I got. But yeah, I really love the yarn and it feels lovely wearing it. But I'm wondering, because it is more sort of fluffy, and how it is going to wear, but that's something I will report back on. I'm hoping that it's going to wear really nicely, because as I say, with 50 colours, that's a lot of really nice sweaters, isn't it, in the future at a good price. And just as I say, an everyday throw on sweater, it's just like a sweatshirt sweater really for wear. So yeah, I hope it's going to be a nice wearing one, because obviously a 4-ply sweater takes an awful long time to knit. I'm happy to do that. I just want to do the stockinette at the moment. I'm just happy just to relax. I don't know if it's the time of year or what, but yeah, I just like the simple knits is what I'm craving and enjoying. And when I was knitting this one, this was all I was knitting. So I was just picking it up and knitting it, and yeah, it's ticking the knitting boxes for me. So that was another finish. So now we are brought on to what I'm knitting right now. So I had a bit of a craving to go old school and do a seamed sweater, but I thought I'd like to do a cardigan, just something, thinking about going into spring, a cardigan that would go over t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts or something. And I wanted to try it's not brand new, but quite a new yarn, Fiesta by Drops. And this is a DK yarn, and it is 75% wool to 25% polyamide, so it would be good for socks. I would like to try it as DK socks. I think that would be fun. And so the pattern I got was King Cole pattern, and it is just for a simple classic cardigan. And so it's a round neck, straight button band. So don't go by the colour of this, because I really don't like that picture. That is the opposite of what I like. I like the sweater. The sweater is just the basic in the black is nice. It is pattern number 4935. And so unfortunately this pattern isn't on a PDF. You can only get the actual leaflet one. But I quite fancied the leaflet anyway for a change. I thought it might be quite nice. It's been a long time since I've worked from one of the leaflet ones. So it's supposed to be an easy knit raglan sleeve. I don't know if I've actually knit and seamed, because I started knitting sort of from a very young age, and I used to do this sort of sweater when I was in late teens, going into my 20s. But I can't remember doing a raglan, more of a tailored sleeve. I can't think what you call them. But yeah, just a more normal sleeve. Sewing that in. So yeah, I thought this would be interesting. So the yarn I chose is number 16, which is called Herb Garden. And so I should show you how it is knitting up. I am loving how it's knitting up. So this is how it comes out. It's really nice to knit on, feels really soft. I was in a bit of a conundrum of what size to knit. Ooh, something else dropped. So unlike me, for some reason, I don't usually do swatches. For some reason, I had it in my head to swatch, and then I had it in my head to wet block it. And it's like, this never happens, why? And obviously something was whispering in my ear, because yeah, it was a good move, because it knits up to perfect gauge for me on 4mm needles. But when I blocked it, I gained another 2 stitches. So I thought, okay, so I went down a needle size, and then that gave me far too fewer stitches. And I thought, well, obviously I didn't bother to wet block that, but I thought, even if it comes up right as wet blocking, I'm still not going to trust it. Which I know is how my brain works. So I thought, right, what I could do is, on the pattern, if I go down a size for a pattern, because I am a 38 inch bust, but that is 45, it actually comes up as a 45 inch, which is quite big. So I thought, if I go down to a 32, 34 inch bust, then the actual size is 40.5 inches. So that will give me 2.5 inch for, if it doesn't change size, it can be 2.5 inches of positive ease. But if it does change size, I'll be going up to more of the size it wanted it to be. So the size I am knitting is a 32 to 34. With my fingers crossed. I think I've made the right decision. So it's softer, it feels softer. It's not unsoft. It is wearable next to skin before blocking, but after blocking it feels softer, and it is a little bit more, because can you see it is a bit more drapey. I don't know if you can call this yarn drapey, but if you know what I mean, it has got more, it's more limp. So yes, I think it is going to block out a bit, but I think if it would have been too big if I'd gone for my size at that gauge. So I was right to, well, we'll see, won't we? When I come back next time and it's finished, you'll see if I was right to do that. So sorry for this is all over the place. I wrote notes to be a bit more precise, but this is not happening. So yes, so far I have knit the front. So I have got, this is how the raglan is looking. So I've done one side, check the armhole, got the raglan, and I've also got, trying not to make a big noise, I have got the other side with the raglan. I have been enjoying doing these smaller pieces, I must say, and you feel like you're getting somewhere as you like, oh, I'll finish that piece, I'll finish that piece. So I have my 2 sides, and I'm now on the back part, and so I am doing the arm holes. Never sounds very elegant, does it, the armholes? But I'm on that, and I'm working my way up the top of the back. So the recommended yarn for this pattern is the King Cole, because obviously it's King Cole, and it's the Merino, Luxury Merino, and that one is in Wisteria. And so knitting it with that yarn is £4.99 for 50 grams, which would make it £40 to knit the cardigan. I chose to knit it with the Drops Fiesta, and so this is normal price £2.30 for 50 grams, but I bought it on special offer, so I bought it for £1.60 for 50 grams, and so it is going to be, with the pattern at £2.99, it's going to be £15 to knit the cardigan, which is a nice price. That is an agreeable price for me. So yeah, obviously I've never knit with the merino, the luxury merino. They've got two different types of merino, King Cole. They've got the luxury merino, and then they've got the merino mix. I've used the merino mix before, and that is a really nice yarn. That is about £1 cheaper than the luxury one, but it is a really nice yarn. So yeah, we'll see how it comes out. Maybe something I would want to knit another time. These are classic patterns, so yeah, if I was going to knit that cardigan, perhaps I would use one of those yarns once I know that I like the pattern and everything. We shall see. But yeah, I'm loving this yarn, the variegation, how it's coming out. So I have actually ordered some more of this yarn. So obviously next time when I knit with it, after blocking this one, I'm going to know how that reacts more. And I am thinking of using it for the other pattern. So we'll see how I get on with my seaming. I don't mind seaming, I'm quite happy to seam. I'm a cross stitcher, I like sewing. So as long as it ends up neat enough, that's the thing. It's not the actual doing, it's the finish of it. But another reason why I was thinking of doing a seamed version of cardigan rather than in the round is because a lot of people believe that having the seams actually gives it a little bit more structure and integrity. So because it's a cardigan that I'm going to wear open, I thought that might actually help it actually hang nicer if it's got the seams around to give it a little bit more support. So we shall see if that's the case. It may not be the case. I've been happy with other top-down cardigans, so I've got nothing against top-down cardigans. I just thought it would be interesting to actually do that for a change. So that's what I'm working on. In other news, now, if you've been watching this channel for a while and you have an affection for Vixen, the fox that I knitted, not last year, year before I think, then this may be disturbing. So yeah, pre-warning, I did sort of take in a bit of a sharp intake of breath when I picked her up earlier. So, sorry Vixen, you fell on the floor and I left you there face down. So Vixen, she has been sitting downstairs in the dining room because she had her red dress on for Christmas. I thought she'd look nice sitting downstairs. So because I was going to bring her up, sort of make it nice for you to look at behind me, I thought, oh, I'll change her dress for her spring dress because she's got a dress the same colour as the bottom of her boots. So she's got a wobbly neck. We still haven't sorted out her neck. It started off fine, but within time it's gone a bit wobbly. So yeah, I thought, oh, I'll change her. Oh, it's the same colour as her bloomers as well. I thought I'd change a dress to put her behind. So we're looking forward to spring. It's very cold today, but it is nice and sunny out there. So I thought we'd give her a little change. So I turned her around to undo her buttons and she has been nibbled. She has got a hole. She's got 2 holes in her tail, there and there. So yes, I've got some of the yarn still, so I will repair her. She go under surgery and she can be repaired. But yeah, I wasn't very happy about that because she's not the first thing to be nibbled. And we have been very vigilant for what moths, because they're the very little, like brown, bronzy coloured ones. So I told my husband to be vigilant. I don't know if they're coming in with the wood, because there's been one downstairs, I've had one up here. Generally, if there's something we don't want in the house, we will like catch it and try and put it outside. But with these moths, it's like, no. I told my husband, you see it, you kill it. I don't want those moths, because I noticed with my love note, you may remember, it's the one that I was doing the lace pattern. It wasn't till I finished and blocked it I saw that I'd gone wrong up here, and everyone says it's fine, and I didn't know if I wanted to wear it or not, but I got over myself, started wearing it. And I always had to point it out to people, like my mum. She said she couldn't see it, and when she could see it, she's like, I still can't see what the problem is. So I was wearing it, and then I took it out to wear it, and it had a hole about there, sort of like an inch below the lace, and it was a hole. And I thought, right, that's it then. I definitely can't wear it anymore. So I was upset about that. And then I saw, where is it? When I went to where, this was all before Christmas time, I went to wear this, and I still haven't repaired it. I don't know if you can see this one, but there is nibbles just in there. Because it's fluffy, it covers it up, and that's why I've not actually repaired it yet. But it's gone thin. It's not an actual hole, but it's gone thin, and you can see there's like broken. So I think that was nibbled as well. That's why I said to my husband, you see a little moth, it dies straight away. So I've been very vigilant, and since Christmas I haven't seen anything, and I haven't noticed any more damage. So I'm hoping that that is it. We had one or two moths, and yeah, but so I don't know if Vixen got nibbled when she was up here or when she was downstairs, because it was only because I was going to undo her buttons that I noticed it. So I'll have to repair her, and while I'm doing it I'll have to sort out her neck. Bit of surgery, a bit more stuffing or something up in there. I don't really want to put anything. Somebody said about that's something I was going to get from my mum if she had any hanging around. Apparently one of the little rollers, like hair rollers, you can put that in the necks, and that gives them more stability. So she might need a hair roller in her neck. So yeah, at least they are okay and can be repaired, but it's something that all knitters worry about, isn't it? When you've spent so long, it's like this one. If this one got nibbled, it's taken me so long to knit it, and I spent, like I say, because that's all I've been knitting on, and I just love this colour so much. It's such a sort of vibrant but not in your face rich colour. I really love it. So yeah, it's a happy accident because it should have been more blue. But yes, definitely more purple will be in my life. So it has been lovely to have a chat with you again. Let me know in the comments what you've been up to. Let's have a catch up. And thank you to anybody that has dropped me a line to ask me if I'm okay and everything, because I said that I was going to be on the cross stitch channel, and I've not been cross stitching. I've literally didn't cross stitch at all since at least December. I didn't do any Christmas cross stitch. I didn't finish off my big one. I want to finish that off, that I was doing the tarot big stitch, because it's a shame not to finish it. I have got a cross stitch project that I need to do. When I was visiting my brother and sister-in-law, I picked up a cushion that was on the sofa, and it had their wedding dates and the grandchildren, and one of the grandchildren was missing, and my sister-in-law said that she's thinking about trying to do it. She's not a cross stitcher, so she's been putting it off, but it bothers her that one of the grandchildren isn't on there. The aunt that stitched it for her is no longer with us, so it's a case of it's her stitching, so it's a memory of the aunt and also a lovely piece to have because she has the grandchildren around a lot, she looks after them, and so she'd like to have the latest one on there. So I said I would unpick it and sort of take out, because it's the wedding, my brother's wedding date in the centre, and then their two children and partners each side, and then the grandchildren in between with their dates. So I said if I take out just one side of the grandchildren and make it a little bit smaller, I should be able to fit them all in. So that is a project I need to do, that I want to do for her. But I'm not drawn to the cross stitch, but it's something I really like to do for her. So yes, I need to get my stitching mojo back, but I'm just enjoying just doing the simple knitting at the moment. It's the colours and just the gentle rhythm of it, I think, is what's needed this time of year. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again very soon. Take care, bye for now.